Hello everyone, welcome back for some more Fate Grand Order Cosmos in the Lostbelt. Hey, today is a very special day, IRL for me, although for you it'll be much later because I'm recording multiple of these each day. Today is the 365th consecutive day I have played my game. I'm going to show my master profile because it doesn't matter because it'll be super out of date, but there we go, look at this. 365 consecutive days. That's right. We have played this game once a day for an entire year, which is buck wild when you consider a lot happens in that time. But anyways, we're moving on to the Synchronized Synchronized Intellect Nation S.I.N. Very intriguing. Apparently this is in China. That's all I know. I know next to nothing other than who are some servants that appear, because of course I need to know who I'm going to get the art for. Will we see the art this part? I don't know, because I don't know if she appears here. So let's go into the storm. We are, of course, currently dying from poison. Wow, no preamble. Just a straight zero sail, huh? Wow. Well, we got here fast. Emerging from long distance zero sail now. Whoa, we nailed the positioning. I can see the supercell surrounding this Lostbelt 1,000 meters straight ahead. Oh. Impressive. Even if this precision is only possible when embarking from the Wandering Sea, it is quite something to behold. What's more, Meteor tells me that we can expect this level of precision anywhere except the North and South Poles. Oh, something people told me. Yes, S.I.N, Eltnam, Atlasia is absolutely the same character from Melty Blood and Uniest. However, this is the Fate universe version of her, not the Melty Blood universe. So, same character, different universe. Different hairstyle. That's incredible. Unfortunately, we may have been a little too precise. At this distance, our only choice is to head straight into the storm wall immediately. Mr. Gordolf, how are you? It would seem as fair the poison has more or less overwhelmed him. It will not be of much use for the time being. How about you, Mr. Tanner? Are you ready for this next phase? Yeah, I think I'm pretty good. Good. Meteor was kind enough to make some significant improvements to your mystic code. It should be a good deal more useful in both keeping you alive and in aiding your performance as a master. I hope it actually is buffed. I'll explain more once we arrive in the Lostbelt. Yes, Miss Curie-Light, is something the matter? No, it's nothing. I'm good to go as well. I did feel the same warmth during that last zero sail as I did in Scandinavia, but... Okay, guys, that's enough. Ready or not, we're embarking on another zero sail. We don't want to burn the border's fuel unless we really have to, so I'm going to take advantage of the inertia we got by launching from the Wandering Sea. We'll be emerging inside the Lostbelt without anything to guide us, just like we did in Scandin... Oh? Well. What's this now? Good news, Gordy. It looks like Koyan Sky is inside the Chinese Lostbelt, too.
She is? Are you sure about that, Division?
Yep, I got a pretty solid sample of her data yesterday, so there's no mistaking it. Now we can kill two birds with one stone. Not only will this greatly improve our odds of emerging from void space, we can also ask her about an antidote once we capture her. Meteor, set the anchor point from hypothetical living human to Koyanskaya. Got it, but man, as if I didn't already have my hands full with driving this thing. Damn it, just when I could have used the old man's help. I wonder if she really has an antidote. Very well then, in light of this new information, I believe a new course of action is in order. We should cancel our search for Jian Shui Mingmai in favor of capturing Koyanskaya. That would be a much surer way of neutralizing the poison Gordolf and Tanner consumed, and it would be one less threat to our future endeavors. As for the crypta and the Tree of Happiness, our goals there would remain unchanged. We find and restrain the former and cut down the latter. Would that be acceptable to you, Director?
Yes, of course. That sounds great. Indeed, there's no time to be trembling in front. No more, Mr. Nice Guy, Tamamovich Koyanskaya. The next time we meet, I'll see you pay for everything you've done.
You know, don't get ahead of yourself, Gordy. We still have to capture her first, remember? And even if we succeed at that, it won't amount to anything if we can't make her tell us where to find her, how to make the antidote. Understood. I will hold back. However, I will not show her mercy. We should at least berate her right after capturing her. It is best if we beat this villain so that she can never again stand up or engage in any evil schemes. China is my home. Lostbelt or not, its air and land should remain the same. As such, I should have no trouble defeating this demon. Thank you, Neza. It's great to have your help.
Alright, we're now only 400 meters away from the storm wall. Do it, Da Vinci!
Expanding logic formula on Shadow Border's external armor. Removing existence verification for reality space. Future prediction hypothetically prove mirror world plane in 20 seconds. Relaxing time, space-time friction decompression for 0.4 seconds. All systems are green. Void space C observations remain locked at previous results. Shadow Border, untether from reality. Void space 0 sail unfurl once again. Another one. DJ Khalid. He would be an assassin class with his 6 dance moves. Of course. Synchronized Intellect Nation Sin, the Crimson Beauty Under the Moon. 210 BC. Okay, not super long before Jesus was this changed, if it were. Wow, that is just free quartz, huh? We just in? Oh, wow. Golden Fields, huh? This place... Oh, my eyes! It's even blurring the HUD. This place is nice looking. Wow, okay. The third Lostbelt. Formation restricted. Gotta have Neza? Oh. Okay. This is intriguing. Huh. Well, then let's get MASH to get that then. Oh, this sucks for you, huh? Oh, this sucks for you. Huh. Okay, well, let's get our outfit then. Be nice if this was buffed. Ooh. Listen to these beats. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Okay, I like it. Alright, the third Lostbelt. Yo, that beat was fresh, though. How come map menus only get good before they're way too far off? You say you thought you had a dream, that it might have been some kind of sign. Oh, painterly. And that the absurd reason has you drinking poison from a chalice. I think it's foolish, too, My wife said the same thing. His Imperial Majesty himself gave me this poison. All I need to do is drain it in a single gulp, and I will displease him no more. I have slain too many for one in my position. You might say I've outlived my usefulness. I don't understand. None of this would have happened if not for how petty the Emperor is. How can you be willing to lay down your life for a man like that? You may not see any sense in it, but this is simply what it means to be a warrior. Once I heard you were going to die, I had to come and ask. Say the word, and I will see everyone who toyed with your destiny, who forced this hollow loyalty upon you, drown in a sea of their own blood. I'm honored you're so angry on my behalf. It's more than I deserve, and I will admit that I do have my share of regrets. Oh, I know that, Mask. But at this point, I've truly come to believe this is a fitting end to the life of Gao Chengyong. I don't understand. The way you talk of life and death makes no sense whatsoever. But then, I suppose I can never understand, as death is a concept that's never had meaning to me. It's true, isn't it? Perhaps, if anything, I should be the one begging you for forgiveness. After all, the peace I will attain in death will be forever beyond your reach. Perhaps I'm jealous. Jealous of your death, and of the brilliance of your life leading up to it. You're too kind. I assure you, I know no more of death's secrets than you do. Even should I learn them now, they will soon be lost to darkness. Have any last wishes? Good question. If I could wish for something beyond my own death, it would be to see you again someday. I must say, such a wish must sound completely absurd. Not necessarily. I have seen the likes of you shatter more daunting barriers. I have seen them tame lightning, cure plagues, and even change the course of rivers. I cannot say how long it will take, but Eventually, the day may come when those bound by mortal lives learn to reach beyond even death. Should such a day come to pass, and if I am lucky enough to be there to see it, then I shall recall your final wish. Don't know how happy I am to hear that. In all my 33 years of life, there is nothing I've treasured more than your presence. Okay. I love a good zero sale. Reality space anchor attached. Reality verification complete. Proper human history resemblance? A. Lostbelt depth? E. Establishing Shadow Border's existence within Lostbelt. Zero sale return successful. I'm glad we had another emergence that went so smoothly. How are you feeling, Senpai? I know the poison isn't causing you any pain right now, but I also heard you're not feeling entirely yourself. It's fine, just a little short of breath is all. Just like whenever I see you in that outfit.
The cold symptoms are the worst of it for you, are they? Must be nice. I'll have you know I used to have asthma when I was a young lad.
And you got rid of it?
After I read the memoirs of a great bodybuilder, actor, and politician who once suffered the same disease.
One sec. Arnold Schwarzenegger asthma? Huh. Apparently he had... No, never mind. That's... Did he... Wait, what? Because I'm reading here and I'm not seeing anything with him with asthma, so maybe not. Maybe another bodybuilder, actor, politician. Maybe in the Fate universe, Arnold Schwarzenegger had asthma. What a strange divergence from our human history. Maybe we ourselves are a Lostbelt.
I followed his example and overcame it with rigorous training. But sadly, I don't have the muscle to show for it. My point is, young man, is that all you need is gumption. There is no time to let your fears get the better of you.
I must say, it's almost encouraging to see our commander so energetic despite his poisoning. Yep, we've still got plenty of time to find a cure, and Gordy's a mage, so he's pretty well accustomed to dire threats like this. Now let's see what things look like outside. 18 degrees Celsius, 30% humidity, gentle breeze, no unusual magical energy readings. I'm looking out the window right now and it looks like a field. I gotta say, I'm almost creeped out by how normal it seems here compared to the other two Lostbelts. I'm not quite sure what to make of it. Are there any hostiles outside? Not according to our instruments. Since it looks like it's safe, why don't you all see for yourselves? I think we will. Well, it's night here. Those rolling hills are beautiful. Is this really the Chinese Lostbelt? Latitude and longitude don't lie. We're standing at 32 degrees, 40 something northwest, 110 degrees, 50 something east. I don't know what that. I don't know how to read that. Damn it, Da Vinci. I don't know how to read that. In proper human history, this would be S.I.N, a major city with a population of 3.4 million. Well, this is certainly not a city, but it doesn't look like untamed wilderness either. Perhaps it is a wheat field or the like. Admittedly, it would be an extraordinarily large one. I recognize the smell in the air here. This is my homeland. And yet, I have no memory of this strange landscape. How confusing and depressing. It seems I am useless as a guide for you after all. Hey, don't worry about it. All bets are off when it comes to Lostbelts. Besides, we have a much bigger role for you to play than just a guide. For the moment, I've picked up a ley line only a kilometer or so away from here. Between that and how surprisingly safe this area looks to be, I'd say we're off to a pretty good start. Now, what do you say we take this shadow border over to the ley line and set up a summoning circle? Got it. I'll go warm up the engine then. You can never be too prepared for combat in these Lostbelts. I mean, apparently it says we're going to be fighting right away, so... Okay, the ley line's right around that well. Go ahead and park it here. Certainly doesn't look like a dangerous area, but still, something feels off. True. If anything, it's too peaceful. And considering how expansive this farmland is, it's weird we haven't seen a single piece of agricultural machinery. Buildings here seem a little crude too. Yeah, I've never seen anything quite like them before. I guess you could say they kind of look like collective housing. I mean, like an apartment building? That's right, although I'm not sure building is the right word for that, structure. All that ground they leveled, and they're still living in holes? It's like something out of the Stone Age. Maybe civilization never really developed in this world. Oh, there's some people headed this way. Shall we try talking to them? Yes, but do be careful. I doubt they pose any threat to us, but we cannot afford to be seen as a threat either. Who the hell are these people, and what are they doing in our field? Look at the weird clothes. Do you think they might be foreigners? Foreigners here? Does that mean they came from that strange storm then?
Hurry up and call the supervisor. Maybe he'll know what to do.
At least the translators seem to be working fine. According to our linguistic analysis, they're speaking Middle Chinese, a language that predates the Song dynasty. Conversation is a good starting point. However, we frightened them. This pattern is not good.
Hey, did you really see foreigners?
Yeah, they're right over there. See for yourself, Supervisor. They just popped up in the field out of nowhere.
They were riding around in that weird box and they wear strange clothes. I think they got weapons too.
Ah, crap, I don't like where this is going. Tanner, help us out before things turn violent. Tell him this is all just a big misunderstanding. If Holmes tries to explain it, he'll just make things worse.
And what's wrong with my explanations?
We mean you no harm.
He talked. If you don't mean any harm, then why'd you show up in the middle of the field dressed like that? Go on, Supervisor, get rid of him before they could ruin any more wheat. You got it.
They've all taken up weapons. Now what do we do? Foo.
It seems their rather bare-bones lifestyle has not lent itself to open minds. I'm afraid we need to pacify them before we can begin negotiations.
Is now really the time for detached analysis, Holmes? Can't you use charm on them or something? Rorty's the only one of us who can use charm spells. Well, he says he can anyway. And even if he's telling the truth, he's still comfortably holed up inside the border right now.
It'd be best to summon a servant with a powerful innate charm spell. But that would require access to a ley line which we don't have yet. It would seem we cannot avoid this battle. Fortunately, our opponents should be willing to listen once they get this out of their system. Well, this would be an ideal situation for my Baritsu. I'm afraid I still have to sit this one out.
Alright, he still hasn't fully recovered yet. Guess we've got no choice then. Mash, Neza, go ahead and fight them if that's what they want. Just make sure not to harm any of them. Understood. I also would like to avoid excessive force. I will. Be careful. Yes, we'll do as great gentlemen do in the true spirit of Baritsu. Yeah, we're just gonna bonk them over the head with a... bonk them over the head with a rocket-powered shield. They'll be fine? Maybe? Okay, it's only one battle. Rural expat, huh? Interesting. Oh! Interesting! Huh. Okay. Well. Gimmicks ahoy, huh? Pop that on. Let's go 1, 2, 3 to do as much as we can. Yeah, because that's a bad type matchup. Oh, well, I guess we could have done it the other way. Okay. So let's go 1, 2, 3. This is easy. Hopefully it's only for the one. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, we're good. I was slightly worried, but no, we're good. We're Gucci. You'd think they would be like, yo, what's up with this flying chick? But alas, they really don't mind, huh?
I see. You get into a fight almost the instant you left the border.
Yes, I'm afraid we ended up in a standoff with the locals. At least we got them to back down for now.
All thanks to your and Nez's efforts not to harm them. They do appear to understand that our intentions are not violent now. They're currently monitoring us from what I suppose they consider a safe distance.
It seems they have their own responsibilities to tend to. Correct. No signs of reinforcements. We are safe for the time being.
I see. So you managed to avoid provoking them. I'm relieved to hear they're sharp enough to realize we're only lost travelers trying to get our bearings. Although, what about servants? You said you could summon more once we're able to use the ley line, right?
Da Vinci's outside preparing a summoning circle right now. I think she's run into some kind of trouble, though. Hey guys, I'm setting up everything right now. Just give me a minute to work out the kinks. Sure, I ran into a little trouble, but don't worry. It's the kind I'm used to. Hey, Da Vinci, are you sure it's okay to hook up this weird machine to mash his shield? Looks super shady. In fact, it doesn't even look like it was made on Earth. Oh, right. That's the booster S.I.N lent me. Get this. A single one lets you manifest a spirit origin equivalent to 3 servants. She called it, whatchamacallit. Is it a moon cell? Not from Earth. Unfortunately, they burn out after a single use, but we're not going to be stingy with Tanner and Grody's lives at stake. Alright, now we just stand by in base state. As soon as we get a response from the servant side, I'll kick it over to the excited state so we can start summoning. Is it a moon cell? There we go. Now it's just a matter of time. As long as the servant has some connection to you, Tanner, I'm sure they'll answer the summon, Lostbelt or not.
I can see. Well done, technical advisor, in that case. You can start by summoning a skilled caster capable of brainwashing these barbarians en masse. It's an emergency. An urgent one at that. We need to start making progress post-haste.
Are you alright with that course of action, Mr. Tanner? Not a fan of brainwashing. I agree. Since we have working translators, I think it would be best if we tried for more positive relations. Regardless, the summoning will take time. It would be in our best interest to negotiate while that proceeds. Sometimes, Mr. Goldoff, there is something to be said for not letting sleeping dogs lie.
Alright, then. Who's going to lead these amicable negotiations? Tanner already tried it, failed, remember? Where are we going to find an angel with a smile big enough to win over those barbarians?
Oh boy. That is a cute smile. That's right, we're just poor hapless travelers who lost their way. Oh, you poor thing, that must have been so hard. We didn't mean to ruin your field, I promise. Do you think you could forgive us? Oh, don't worry about that. We can always till it again. Hell, just getting to talk to such a pretty girl as you makes me want to till the field again more than ever. She really is a force to be reckoned with, isn't she? She's not technically lying, but she's not exactly being truthful either. She's a demon with the face of an angel. Just look at those men falling all over themselves. That outsider's got them twisted around her little finger. How can they possibly trust any of those foreigners after the beating they gave the poor supervisors? Aha! Sensing an opportunity. I do beg your pardon about that, madame. Please, allow me to apologize for trampling on your fields as well. I only hope you can believe me when I say that we truly do want nothing more than to resolve this matter peacefully. Unfortunately, the truth is that we have lost our way, and are uncertain as to where we are. I'm so terribly sorry to impose, but could you please tell us about this place? You're our only hope. We are? Well, then I suppose we ought to step up. True. I mean, if a man this handsome needs our help, the least we could do is hear him out, right? Oh, thank God all of our servants are hot. Well, Holmes has his looks with nothing else, if nothing else. Agreed. I do not know why we fought earlier. Well, the important thing is that we've reached a peaceful resolution. It looks like they were all just scared more than malicious. They seem to be good people at heart. Let's hope that's the case. By the way, Da Vinci, what was the trouble you ran into with the spirit origin graph earlier? An excellent question, Holmes. Glad to see you're paying attention to the important bits.
I thought you were to resolve that issue with summoning servants.
Less resolved and more worked around. I still don't know what the problem really was. This Lostbelt's nothing like either Russia or Scandinavia. I tried using the ley line here to connect this Lostbelt's throne of heroes, but I didn't get any response. None whatsoever. There was nothing wrong with the equipment, so whatever the problem is, it has something to do with this world. Granted, the odds were always low that a heroic spirit from this Lostbelt was going to be eager to help us, so I wasn't counting on that. But it's still odd there'd be no answer at all, right, Holmes? Indeed. So I just dropped that idea and switched back to trying to summon from Caldia's spirit origin graph. Now we're just waiting for a heroic spirit to respond to our call. In fishing terms, we baited our hook and cast our line. All there is now to do is be patient. What could be going on, Senpai? Maybe it means there's no one there. Maybe their throne of heroes is empty. Honestly, even though my genius once again carried the day, I really don't know what happened there. Foo-foo. What I do know is that the connection to the throne of heroes is just that, a connection, and it doesn't exist in this Lostbelt's ley line. It could also be that our definition of what a heroic spirit is doesn't match this Lostbelt's. Definition of heroic spirit?
What exactly do you mean by that?
This is a fascinating phenomenon, one that no doubt gets to the heart of this Lostbelt's true nature. But right now we have nothing more than speculation. We need to collect more evidence before we can begin drawing any conclusions. Oh, that sounds to me like you already have a pretty good idea of what's going on, Holmes. I do have a hypothesis, but a good detective only shares her deductions once they are supported by clear and undeniable evidence. Which is usually too late for us. Thanks, Holmes. We love you. Sometimes. Okay, well. Formation restricted again, huh? Alright. This time we won't give you that. Let's give you, this to get even more attack then. Sounds good. Or, we could give... Let's give you, honestly, where is the thing that I want? Volume Hydrangea. Because then you get 3 invincible hits to use your first one, and then you can use your second one there, right? So let's give that a shot. Interesting. Can't use the skills at all, huh? The air is so clean here. It is, isn't it? It feels like forever since I was last able to breathe this easily. Since in the other Lostbelts, the border was the only safe place we could go. Oh, I almost forgot we have the Caldia base now, too. Anyway, being surrounded by a natural landscape like this really feels like... Huh? What's that up in the sky above us, Senpai? Looks like a streak. Chemtrails! I didn't notice it during the night, but that's definitely strange, right? Oh boy. I guess it must be normal here since none of the locals seem to be taking any notice of it. Da Vinci still has them all practically enthralled. Hey, so what's the name of this era? Era? What's that? Oh, I was mostly just wondering what year it was. Well, I'm turning 22 this year. We all start working when we turn 5, and I've planted these fields 17 times now, so that adds up, right? Thanks. I was more along the lines of a calendar, though. It's time to plant the seeds and harvest the last crops, of course. You can tell by the moon, you see. Well, let's try this then. Who's the foremost leader in the world right now? Why, that'd be most glorious and majestic heavenly emperor, of course. And what is this emperor's name? Why, most glorious and majestic heavenly emperor, of course. You might as well ask me what the sun and moon are called. The name's right there. Well, where might we find this emperor then? In the capital. Where else? And where's that? They say it's way, way off in that direction. Have you ever been there? Me? Why would I ever go there? We only worship from afar with gratitude. None of us would exist without most glorious and majestic heavenly emperor's blessing, after all. Huh? What's up, Mash? Senpai, do you smell that?
Are we talking about my eau de cologne? I did switch to a more wild American brand after we got here.
No, I don't mean that. It's less of a human scent and more beastly. This present, no mistake. Bloodthirsty creatures are headed this way. What are we dealing with? What is that thing? There's another one over there. Oh, they don't know these things. What those are Kurchat like we saw in Russia. What are they doing here? Wait, what, really? We can figure that out later, Da Vinci. Right now we need to evacuate the villagers. Really? Huh. That's confusing why they'd be here. Because those are a distinctly Russian thing. Yeah. Oh, well, that's why. they were literally imported. They have logos on them. That's actually incredible. We're gonna start with this. I actually think that's pretty fun. That's actually pretty cool. Like, they have the logos on them. I like that. And they're even in, like, camo. Did Neza get an animation update? I feel like Neza did. Maybe it's just that she's in now another Ascension, so that might be it. Okay. Let's do some of this. They're really like, you will use this new MASH moveset. Oh, there's more fights. Like, you will use it. We're not letting you get away. Okay, let's see here. Pop that on. Increase gather rate and remove debuffs. You don't have any debuffs. Increase your gauge. How much do we get? That's not a lot. That's okay, though. I don't think we've used Neza's Noble Phantasm, so let's see if we can get it going. We'll see here. Alright, the Chilled Poison. Alright. Oh! Oh, it's only for one turn! Oh, well that's fine. That's whatever. I thought it was gone for good. That's like whatever. I can live with that. So close. Can you hit Neza the one time, please? You should have no poison. Okay, well. Let's do that. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Oof. Alright, let's check what Neza's, because I don't know if we've used it. So let's see what it looks like here. Okay, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Hey, we got that one. Nice. Cells eliminated. That's sad. Yeah, those are from the Russian Lostbelt, but they have the NFF logo on them, so it's like, I can't believe we're seeing creatures from an entirely different Lostbelt here. This is too bizarre to be a coincidence. You there, have you ever seen creatures like this before? No way, I've never seen a monster like that in my life. Me neither. The worst things we've seen until now were the wild boars the supervisor used to chase off. If we'd ever run into those things before, we'd probably be dead now. Don't worry, we'll help you as long as we're here. It's the least we can do to make up for ruining your field, right, Master? Right. Besides, this might have something to do with us.
What are you two saying? We didn't come here to serve as this village's bodyguards.
No, Miss Kirlight is correct. These Kerchats should not be present here. If they have made a sudden appearance, we should investigate it. Yeah, that's a bit sus. How you feeling, Tanner? Just a little short of breath. Great. Your vital signs are all looking good too, so your condition's definitely not too serious just yet. We've still got to keep a close eye on it, of course, but I don't think we'll need to worry too much just now. I must say, you're looking a tad pale, Commander. Are you sure you don't want to lie down in the command room?
Oh, be quiet. I was just having a little heartburn from eating too much cake, that's all. I'm in perfectly good health, you know. If a third-rate mage can out the poison with them problem, then of course I can too.
And aside, we're still no close to getting our bearings here, even with the local sharing. The first order of business is gathering as much information as possible. Otherwise, we have no way of knowing where to even begin.
Where to begin? I'm gonna begin with finding Quiet Sky like we planned.
A fair point. I sincerely doubt she came here on a lark. Very well then, how do we track her down? We'll never find her if we merely walk around without a plan, after all. Given that this is a Lostbelt, we know there must be a cryptor guarding its Tree of Emptiness somewhere. And just like in Scandinavia, this Lostbelt's tree doesn't seem to be visible. Yes, that concerns me too. The Russian tree was so large to be visible from several hundreds of kilometers away. The fact we cannot see it here means it must be disguised, as it was in Scandinavia. And that in turn means this Lostbelt's king understands that it is something best kept hidden. Of course, if they so wished, a fairy or sage could make a mountain disappear with relative ease. I really don't want to imagine going up against something like that, but given everything so far... Indeed. Even if we were to capture Coin Sky today, we cannot simply leave this Lostbelt behind. As long as it exists, it remains a threat to proper human history. Sooner or later, we'll need to face the crypto responsible for it.
All the more reason for us to hurry along with our investigation. We're all being far too generous agreeing to this village's bodyguards. I mean, I can understand how scared those villagers would be if the Kerchab were to suddenly attack again, but...
I assure you, Mr. Gordolf, this is all part of our investigation.
What was that?
It's safe to assume that those hostile creatures are the same type of demonic beasts we fought in Russia. Think back to when we first learned about them. The Kerchat were demonic beasts that originated in the Russian Lostbelt and possess numerous characteristics that let them survive in a frigid environment. This Lostbelt is far too warm for such creatures. Oh, now I get it. So that's why Mash and Tanner agreed to help. Right, this has everything to do with us. The fact that those creatures showed up in a different Lostbelt can only mean that someone brought them here. Indeed. Someone who can come and go between Lostbelts as they please. Since we can of course eliminate ourselves as the suspects, it only leaves one possibility. Tamamovich Koyenskaya. Precisely. A most astute interjection, Mr. Tanner. Watson would have been proud. Finding Koyenskaya remains our top priority. At the moment, we have far too little information to act on. If anything, the Kerchat's appearance is our only real lead so far. We cannot afford to overlook it. Hey, can I just say something? I sent out a surveillance drone toward the capital and I discovered something interesting.
Oh? Was that you sitting out that way?
I tried zooming in and cleaning up after the long-range footage as best I could, and well, it's easier if you just take a look. What the hell is that? For once, I am generally at a loss for words. So much for civilization never developing here. If they've got the science and engineering know-how to build a metropolis like this, then they've come way farther technologically than we thought. I mean, there's not a single support column holding this thing up, so they obviously figured out how to make it float. And since it's clearly no giant air blades or the like, I've got to wonder how the hell they're making something like that heavy float. Well, there's wings, obviously. Pshaw. Perhaps Magecraft is used openly here. Either that or they have some advanced scientifically to the point where they can control gravity. In the latter case, they could well be ahead of proper human history, at least in terms of technology. Oh, and while I was at it, I grabbed some footage of that weird, perfectly straight line in the sky, too. Here it is at max magnification. What? Is that like a dragon whisker? What is that thing? Well, for starters, it's about 2,000 kilometers above us, so it's just barely in low orbit. By my estimates, it's more than 5 kilometers wide. That's not even the best part. It stretches along the entire observable sky of the Lostbelt. Wow, it's creepy. I don't like this. And how couldn't we see it before entering this Lostbelt? If it's 2,000 kilometers up, it's got to be part of the storm clouds, right? That must mean this Lostbelt's borders prevent anything from being seen, storm or no. Anything built during their history, no matter how big it is impossible to observe from the outside. Forget measuring size and mass from the outside. There's no to this that this even exists at all. Even now that we can observe it, I have no idea what it is or what it's for. If the people of this world built it themselves, that raises even more questions. I'll say, how can something like that exist when life in this farming village is so primitive? I kept flying the drone around in every direction, but I didn't see any other buildings or structures even remotely close to the scope of the capital. East, west, north, south, it is nothing but fields everywhere I looked. Seriously? Man, I can't even tell if this place is way ahead of proper human history or way behind it. Whatever's taking place here no doubt stems from this world's deviation from proper human history. Da Vinci, I trust you can determine the capital's latitude and longitude from here. What happens when you map it to the China we know? Is there a record of a capital city dating back to a well-known dynasty there? You already figured that out. I wanted to keep you on suspense a little longer. I certainly understand the desire for a dramatic reveal of your own. Under the present circumstances, however, I'm afraid we are reliant on you for all such inquiries, so please give us your information now. Yeah, you made your point. Based on its distance from our present location, it corresponds to proper human history's Shenyang prefecture. Shenyang, isn't that... Indeed. Dates back to the Qing dynasty. Qing? That was before the Three Kingdoms era, wasn't it? Doesn't that mean it even predates Shang Yu and Liu Bang? That's right. The Qing dynasty was a major empire around 200 BC. It's known for being the dynasty of China's first emperor. It was the country ruled by the great King Shi Huang. Oh boy, get these Chinese pronunciations ready to go. What am I looking at? Whoa. Techno music? What the heck? What is this, like, Tron music? So that is Chaldia, your enemy. There's a Kuda. Yes, but not only are they my sworn enemy, they also command a threat to the safety of your empire. Namely, heroic spirits. We see. Indeed, we were quite surprised when you first told us of them. You said this master can summon an army of great heroes from the past, correct? Okay, so they're using the royal we. We find this difficult to credit indeed. We are certain you would not lie to us, but how could a few mere soldiers ever oh my god, my reading is bad today. I apologize. How can a few mere soldiers ever hope to overturn our eternal reign? We cannot even imagine the possibility. You underestimate heroic spirits at your peril. Those whose souls are offered to the counterforce are given tremendous powers to ensure the continuation of humanity. Trust me when I say that a single servant is easily the equivalent of 1,000 army soldiers. So this Alaya you spoke of? You said it is the sum total of human consciousness? Oh, well, that sounds familiar, but it's been a while. Sounds like pure nonsense to us. Is this the manner of thing you simply accept in your own world? Isn't Alaya... Right, isn't that like the counterforce? I didn't know much about it. That's something that I still need to experience other media to understand. You make an excellent point, Your Imperial Majesty. My world was more chaotic and less complete than yours. It must have been if something so preposterous as resurrecting dead heroes to fight in one's place is considered normal. We cannot help but wonder how a world where such things were necessary to maintain order could have lasted. Oh, nice outfit! I must warn you, too, Your Imperial Majesty, the Master of Kali is an enemy you can't afford to ignore. All right. We had forgotten you are from the same world as Akuta Kominskaya. Kominskaya? Okay. My name is Koyanskaya, Your Imperial Majesty. Do you think you could try to remember this time? Oh, I know you. Watch your tongue when speaking to the Emperor, wench. No matter. These visitors from a world beyond our... Oh my god, I can't read. These visitors come from a world beyond our domain. Of course, our customs elude them. Thank you, Your Imperial Majesty. I do understand that you may find it rude and presumptuous of me to warn one so omnipotent as you. But the fact is, Kaldi has already brought strange creatures with them that threaten your people's... Oh, you brought them yourself. This poses quite a problem for your quarantine as well. Oh? Surely you don't want them to get away with this? Please, Your Imperial Majesty. If we merely wait for them to reveal their true barbaric nature, it will be too late. If it is so important to you, then why have you not done something about it yourself? You command these servant puppets as well, do you not? Yes, I do. If you would forgive me for disturbing your eternal paradise, I can summon one right now. Very well, show us exactly what these warriors from another world are capable of. Yes, Your Imperial Majesty. Whoa, that's a lot of relics, huh? That's a lot of them. This Emperor is much more laid back than I thought. I expected a bit more eagerness to take down threats to their empire. I'd hoped for the same. Nothing ever seems to go as planned with the Emperor, but oh well, that isn't going to change. Well, sorry you ended up having to do all the work in consequence. I do hope it won't take you long to finish them off. Is that all you have to say for yourself after all the trouble you've caused? Please don't glare at me like that, Akuda. You're gonna make me cry. We're on the same side in all this. Besides, isn't the Master of Chaldea every crypt's sworn enemy? Of course, you could have lured him to any of the other territories, and any of them would have made sure to finish him off. I would go so far as to say any one of them would be a better pick for this kind of work than me. So why did you have to bring them to China? They're only here because they were following you, right? Thank you so much for that. Oh, don't be so hard on yourself, Akuda. I really thought you would be the best fit for the job, seeing how you're so good at defense and all. You see, I actually tried to assassinate him as a favor to Beryl, but I'm afraid things didn't go exactly as planned. See, the poison I used is called Huwang Shan Shui Ming Mai, and... well, I don't suppose you already know what it is, do you? You are unbelievable. So you do know about it, you're one smart cookie, aren't you? In that case, you can see where this is going, right? Including what they'll try to do to find an antidote. Koyanskaya, did you do this on No, I didn't. This time I only had about 10% of a plan. That's why I wasted no time coming to warn you, Akuda. I wanted to take responsibility, see? I mean, Chaldea's got the world's greatest inventor and greatest detective on their side now, right? I knew it wouldn't take them long at all to figure out where the poison came from. So I thought, instead of wasting time trying to sweep this under the rug, it'd be much better to fortify our defenses now. So here I am, warning you about the danger and taking responsibility. It's not like you and I are complete strangers, right? So I thought I could help you out with getting rid of Chaldea. Besides, we're both misanthropic outcasts. It only makes sense for us to join forces, don't you think? True. That much I know we have in common. But that still doesn't explain why you brought those dangerous pets of yours along. Pets? Perish the thought. They have their dignity, at least as far as wild animals go. So you didn't order them to go around killing people? Of course not. Why would I rob myself of the pleasure of torturing killing humans? No, they're just doing their best to survive and find food in an environment they're not used to. Don't you find that much more endearing than a bunch of defanged livestock like this nation's people? That's not my problem, and you know it. How could you set demonic beasts from another Lostbelt loose here? If the Emperor finds out you're the one responsible for them, you will find yourself in real trouble. Oh, that? You might say that's just part of a lifelong project for me. Don't worry. I promise I won't make any trouble for you. You have your own life's work you've devoted yourself to, don't you, Akuda? So I think we'll both be happier if we stay out of each other's way. Fine. What's done is done, after all. There's no way I'm letting Chaldea mess up my nice, stable Lostbelt. Don't you dare go easy on them, Saber. Hey, there he is. As you wish, Master. I promise I won't let you down. Huh? When did you summon him? I can tell he's got a beautiful face under that mask, too. No fair, Akuda. How come you're the only one who gets a certified hottie working for her? That's not why he's here. Just shut up already, you damn fox. Okay. I didn't think we'd get that sort of face from her. Interesting. Interesting. And Warts get... and some soundless bells, which we don't necessarily need yet. Oh, well, that's where that goes. Got it. Sounds good. Oh, mystery class. All right, I'm going to actually stop it here just because of the fact that my reading is dead, and it's probably because I'm tired and am taking new meds. So I think I'll hold off for now. So we'll see you next time for some more then, guys. Bit of a shorter part, but you know what? Hey, at least you're getting them daily anyway, so it doesn't matter. Enjoy it, damn it. We'll see you next time, guys. Ciao.